Hello and welcome to Voices from the Park, our listening project, where we hear about the lives and thoughts of some of the wonderful people of the South Pennines Park. Today, we're listening to... Hi, we are O'Hooley and Tidow. I'm Heidi.
And I'm Belinda.
And we have a son called Flynn. And we live in the Colne Valley.
Yeah, we live in a little place called Goker, which is nestled between Milnesbridge, Linthwaite and Slathwaite in the Colne Valley, or Slowit.
Slowit, love, get it right.
Our little boy Flynn is 2.5, and one of the things we love to do is get outside. Both me and Heidi prefer to be out in nature, really. And Flynn seems to be like that as well. So every Wednesday, if we can, one of us takes him to forest school. It's located at the Horsefield in Slowit, and you go there for a morning, crossing the bridge over the River Colne, over to just this beautiful space where there's a pond, there's lots of vegetables growing, and then you go to this incredible, they kind of covered it over a wooden ring, really, that you sit around, and there's a fire in the middle, isn't there, Heidi?
There is, and Flynn's really interested in the idea of cooking outdoors. He's absolutely mesmerised by it, and that's what we just feel so lucky to have here, just to be surrounded by amazing countryside, and that's something we enjoy so much as a family. I would say that Flynn's biggest passion is throwing stones into water. So if we're ever near a source of water, such as the canal or a river or a reservoir, Flynn is super happy because he just gets to get his hands into the gravel or the stones or the soil and just throw things, basically. So he reacts like a very happy, curious, adventurous little soul.
When we go to parks, and we go to quite a lot of parks, it really depends on what age group or which age groups the park has been designed for. So there's a new park at Beaumont Park, a new play area. And we found that when we took Flynn to that, initially we couldn't really see things that were age appropriate to him. They all seemed quite challenging, didn't they? The different sort of climbing structures and things like that. But then as we sort of took our time to explore it, and I think it was when we let Flynn kind of lead, that we found that there was all sorts of different kind of music making, sliding, roundabout type things that he loved within the most beautiful setting of a Victorian park. But funny enough, it's actually when Flynn's away from the playgrounds and he's away from his toys and his plastic excavators, and he's making up his own play, his own imaginative play, that he seems to come most alive, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's a patter.
yeah, just anywhere outdoors, and that's, I guess, what we're really lucky to have here in this part of the South Pennines Park. Loads of fabulous woodland and moorland and canals and towpaths. It's ace.
It really is.
Well, a memory that really stands out to me is Flinny was quite a late walker, really. He started walking at around 17 months, and I'd been so excited about going walking with my son, because walking is, aside from music, is my biggest passion in life.
It is.
And I love nature and I love adventure. And we decided on his first weekend of learning to walk outside that we were going to take him up on the moors. And it was one of the most precious things ever.
Yeah.
Was his little feet touching those moors for the first time. And he was just in seventh heaven, stopping to look at every little stone and every little shrub and every little bit of bird's egg that he'd found on the floor.
Yeah, and the sound of his rain, he's got like an all-in-one rain waterproof outfit suit, swishing, and his little feet,
tip-tapping. Yeah, and we videoed it, and it's a really treasured memory of him just being out in the open scenery, really, with nothing and nobody else around, and his enjoyment of that.
I suppose in some ways, maybe we look a bit different. We're also autistic. We dress quite similar to me and Heidi. We've both got short haircuts. We wear jeans, T-shirts. Walking boots, T-shirts.
Checky shirts.
Checky shirts.
No makeup.
No, so I suppose maybe people do make judgments about our sexuality, and they're probably right. So far, I don't feel like we've experienced horrendous homophobia when we've been walking out in the parks. Although we have experienced some pretty horrific homophobia on the train once when we were travelling from Manchester back home, because we are openly, visibly, don't hide anything about our sexuality, our relationship and who we are as autistic women, hoping that it will give people confidence, other people, visibility, gives people confidence to go out and do things. So it was a bit of a major setback, that, wasn't it?
It was. But I certainly feel like in the last few years, especially as we've become more well known with our music, that in the Colne Valley we are known and very accepted and very welcome, and we have made lots and lots of friends. We chat to everybody, and everybody loves Flynn, and it feels like a very warm place to live, and we'd be very, very reluctant to leave here, I think.
Yeah, it's almost like there is like a protective bubble here where we are known, people know what we do. As Heidi said, it is our safety, it's our nest, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's our special nest. So much of nature is not owned by anybody. It is for everyone. What I've noticed in particular in where we live and the parks that we visit, like Beaumont Park and Greenhead Park, is just how diverse the population of people visiting those parks are, from every walk of life and culture. And I think that's the success of the parks, is that it does bring so many different types of people together. So I think that anything we can do to make everyone aware that these places exist and what is available to people there is a good thing. And I suppose to make sure we're celebrating all cultures in festivities and festivals and things like that you can put on in parks. I think that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, they play a vital part, don't they, in bringing the communities together. I think where we are, Huddersfield has a really rich diversity of cultures.
It does.
You know? And we're really close to places like Bradford and Halifax and Leeds, and there's all kinds of communities that, like as you say, really do enjoy the outdoors and the fabulous old parks that we have. We need to keep at it, really.
Is that your last word?
Keep at it.
Keep at it. It's like I keep saying all the time, go on then. Go on then. I say to Flynn, go on then. Because he'll say, I want to dig, or I want to catch, look, that's a shell, shall I get it? I go on then, get the shell, go on then. So that's what we're going to say, isn't it? Keep at it and go on then.
Water, grit, blood and dirt, we're the proudest folk on earth. Pennines pulsing through our veins.